Good morning, good-looking people. And you're good-looking because, of course, you're looking and finding the good in everything. How are you guys? How was your weekend? Hope you had a really nice weekend. Today's Hayom Yom for the 7th of Tammuz is all about excitement and energy and chaos, at the same time balancing with orderliness and structure. Just to go back, we've talked about in the past a couple of times how the Baal Shem Tov was all about a higher level of energy and tapping into excitement with your soul and to different acts, and just how you have this inner energy in connecting to God. Yet the Alter Rebbe introduced a different way of learning Chassidus, and more of an intellectual pattern, of more of a structure, and following it in more of an intellectual way. So today's Hayom Yom is talking about the concept of chaos and energy, as well as structure. It talks about how some of the Rebbeim had previous structures that they have set up for themselves and the Chassidim. We'll talk about a little bit of background to today's Hayom Yom, and then a message. So let's read it inside. My revered father, the Rebbe Rashab, once stated, to Chassidus can be applied the following statement: the beginning is rooted in the end, and the end is in the beginning. This level of divine influence, called igulim, which is known as spheres or circular, in which the beginning and the end are indistinguishable. Nevertheless, this having been said, the main thing is still to have a seder and to have a structure. So even with all the chaos and all the back and the forth, and the back is in the front, and the front is in the back, still need to have a structure even with all the excitement and all the energy. And the Baal Shem Tov was an organized person. The Maggid of Mezrich was particularly about orderliness. And my great-grandfather, the Alter Rebbe, taught us Chassidim also to be orderly. We see this in the Maimarim, the letters, and in the Nigunim. The Chassidim who had a fixed time to visit Liyazna, or later in Liadi, were not allowed to change it without permission from the Alter Rebbe. To receive such a license to change, one had to provide a very good reason in order for them to grant a different change in your structure. The Alter Rebbe established a special committee headed by his brother, Rebbe Yehuda Leib, to maintain order amongst all the Chassidim. And he had a separate committee headed by the Mittler Rebbe to guide the younger married men of the community. So today's Hayom Yom, we're seeing two different things. One is energy, excitement, chaos, that when we daven and when we're involved in Judaism, and everything that we do has to be with liveliness and all this energy from inside. But at the same time, even with all this excitement and being on top of the world, it also has to be done with level-headedness and maintaining a structure and a orderliness in your lives. And the background to today's Hayom Yom, there was a story that on the 28th of Nisan in 1991, the Rebbe was giving a sikha, or was giving a public sikha, and he said, do everything you can to bring the Mashiach here now. And he also said, and he gave a very specific instruction, that they should use the words of Tohu and Tikkun in order to bring this Mashiach here now, bring it immediately. And the idea of Tikkun and Tohu are separate. Tohu is chaos, energy all over the place, and Tikkun is the level of process and orderliness. And the point that's being made here today, and going full circle, is Chabad looks to take all the energy, like what we got from the Baal Shem Tov, from higher levels, and getting our soul to connect to these higher energies. But at the same time, we're applying the concepts of the Alter Rebbe, which is to provide some type of an orderliness, some type of a structure, an intellectualness, that with all this energy, sometimes we get too high and too low, and then we can lose our structure. But with all this energy, we also have to maintain a structure in our lives. That could be from the beginning of the day, from how you set up in the morning and you wake up, from saying Moda'ani, to washing your hands for Nagelwasser, to making it to shul, having your set times for learning, and in your learning to be involved. But overall, in everything that we do need to have all the energy, but also keep a cool head and keep it maintained in structure and orderliness. So have a fantastic week. Use that energy. Get excited. Do everything that you're supposed to do, but also maintain that structure, because the structure is really what brings all the success as well. Have a great week. I will speak with you tomorrow.